In this segment, we're exploring writable computed refs in VueJS. Unlike regular refs, computed refs allow us to define reactive properties that compute their value based on other reactive sources. Here, we have full name as a computed ref. It concatenates first name and last name, and when full name is set to a new value, it splits that value and updates first name and last name accordingly. This demonstrates the basic structure of a writable computed ref with both getter and setter functions. Now, let's see a common use case of writable computed refs in VueJS: form input bindings. Here we bind username to an input field. Username is a computed ref that reflects and updates the name property of a user object. This pattern is particularly useful for forms where you need to work with a subset of a larger object, keeping your data model clean and your template code straightforward. Writable computed refs can also handle complex state logic elegantly. In this example, we have a temperature converter. The computed ref temperature Fahrenheit gets and sets the temperature, converting between Celsius and Fahrenheit. This encapsulates the conversion logic within the computed ref, making the template much cleaner and more readable. However, there are pitfalls to watch out for. A common mistake is not properly updating the internal state in the setter. In this incorrect example, the setter logs a message but doesn't update the value. The corrected version, however, updates my data's value appropriately. It's crucial that the setter function directly modifies the reactive state it's tied to. Another pitfall is neglecting dependency changes. In this flawed example, the computed ref doesn't account for changes in dependent data. The correct approach is to include all dependencies in your getter and setter logic, ensuring that your computed ref responds accurately to changes in its dependencies. Writable computed refs can also be used for more advanced scenarios like debouncing and throttling. Here, we're debouncing a search query. The user's input updates search query, but debounced query only updates after the input has stopped changing for a set period. This technique is especially useful for performance optimization, like reducing the frequency of API calls in response to user input. Testing is an integral part of development. For testing writable computed refs, we create a test that updates full name and then checks if first name and last name are updated correctly. This approach ensures that both the getter and setter of your computed ref work as expected, maintaining the reliability of your application. Lastly, let's go over some best practices. Keep your logic within computed refs simple and clear. Manage your dependencies wisely, making sure they are transparent and predictable. And remember, writable computed refs are powerful, but they're not always the answer. Often, simpler reactive properties might be more suitable. Following these guidelines will help you use writable computed refs effectively and maintain a clean, robust VueJS application.